Now, before undertaking any design project, it's always good to start with an adequate design brief. As designers, on any project, we are essentially problem solving. The design brief is really important because it should clearly set out the problem of the project and answer all the right questions a designer will need answers to in order to gain insight, inspiration, direction, and develop a strategy in order to solve the problem. Without a solid brief, you will struggle to understand the problem. And without insight, a designer will struggle to create a strategy. And with no direction, you will fail to create design that is appropriate and meaningful, which can not only cause problems further down the design process, but lead to unsuccessful solutions. Before I undertake any design, I will always seek to get a good, thorough design brief. And if I'm not provided with one, I'll take steps to create one. Understanding the project's requirements could possibly be the most important step in your design process. If you fail to give this adequate attention, you could completely miss your project's goals. A good project starts with a good design brief. The best design work is work that fulfills its purpose or function, delivers on the requests of the project, and solves the problem set by the brief well. So here before me is the project design brief we are going to be designing for on this course. If you want to follow along with the project and take a closer look at the design brief, you can get access for free, link is in the description. So with that introduction, let's get into it. So here is the design brief we will be working on for this course. Now, it's not always the case that a design brief will be presented to you like this. Now, depending on who you're working for or with, you may be given a well-detailed brief, you may be given some verbal instructions, or you may be given no brief at all. In the event you are not issued with a design brief before a project, understanding what the client wants and extracting key information from them to build the brief can be a big challenge. If you ever find yourself working with a client who does not provide you with a design brief or does not know how to make one, you can take steps to build one yourself. If you want to learn more about this and a method you can use, you can learn more in the PDF document that accompanies this course. Link is in the description. Simply click the Build Design Brief section. So here is the design brief for the project we are going to be working on for this course. This brief touches on all the important key criteria and answers the right questions we will need to keep in mind for our design project. Now, this is a really good example of a design brief as it's clearly separated into two key parts. First, we have the project client overview, which should give us full insight into the project and what the design will be for. Here we have information for what, why, goals, unique selling points, tone of voice, straplines, audience, competitors, and strategic considerations. The idea of this initial section is to cover the whole background of the company, business, or product. This will serve as a strong introduction to any project. If provided with adequate information on each criteria, this will properly inform and give us all the insight we need to help understand the context, which is really important at the start of a project. Next, we have design overview. Here we have information for objectives, impact, likes, existing branding material or collateral, design considerations, how will success be measured, timeline, budget, deliverables, and additional notes. Once a designer has been introduced to the project and understands the context of the project from the first section, here we can learn exactly what design is required for the project and the challenges that lay ahead. Again, if answered adequately, this will give us full insight into the design specifics required for the project. And like project overview, should help trigger ideas to create appropriate creative solutions. So let's take a closer look. So the title of the brief is Brand Design for a Music Festival. Under this, we can see the client contact details, and below this we go straight into the project client overview. As mentioned earlier, this is the first section of the brief, where we can get clued up on the context of the company, business, or product requiring the design. So right now, I would recommend you stop the video and read through the design brief, or you can continue where I will just read through it quickly. If you want to skip ahead, feel free to do so. So starting with what, it reads, over the past 20 years, Crowd Vision Events Limited has brought 3 festivals to the UK. Our first, Jolly Roger Festival in 1990, our second Playtime Festival in 2002, and our third Delta Festival in 2010. Each year attracting thousands of people, featuring top names in the music industry and supporting up-and-coming artists. With the success of the 3 festivals, we are now looking to introduce a 4th to our portfolio. Up until now, we have been focusing on pop, indie and drum and bass music. As of summer 2022, we are looking to introduce a brand new festival to attract tens of thousands seeking to party to the finest names in dance music. So the product here is quite clear. For this project, we will be creating design for a brand new music festival, specifically for dance music. Next we have Why, which reads, at Crowd Vision events, we are passionate about music, bringing people together to share in the live experience and giving a platform to up-and-coming artists. With the continued popularity of dance music and the few festivals currently taking place each year, we see an opportunity to bring something new to a global audience. We want to create an unforgettable event and experience to bring people together to celebrate live music from not only the biggest names, but also give a platform to up-and-coming artists and DJs. So here we get a good understanding of the purpose of the music festival. Next we have Goals, which reads, we aim to attract tens of thousands every year, seeking to party to the finest names in dance, along with immense visuals, lighting and pyrotechnics. We want to shape the dance scene as we know it. We are aiming to take a market share of the current dance festival scene and bring a new experience to dance festivals. The festival will tour 4 continents with a variety of headliners to attract a big audience. So here we get a good understanding of the mission of the music festival. Next we have Unique Selling Points, which reads, this festival will aim to tour 4 continents each year, taking the party to a global audience, featuring in a top city of each continent. Initially, the festival will play at London, Tokyo, Melbourne and Los Angeles. At Crowd Vision events, we take pride in giving a platform to new and rising artists. This is something we will be looking to hero as part of the attraction. So here we get a good understanding of what makes the product unique and some of the standout selling points to make the product worthwhile. Next we have Tone of Voice, which reads, we want the brand to have a lot of spirit to inspire and excite audiences to attend. Appealing to those who love dance music, its tone will need to be vibrant, euphoric, edgy, energetic, free, bright, and inclusive. So here we get a good understanding of the character of the music festival and how the festival intends to communicate and engage with the target audience. Next we have Straplines, which reads, we love the idea of people coming together once a year to escape a routine of ordinary life to experience and witness something amazing together. We like the idea of not having a single strapline, but a series that could work as part of a broader marketing campaign. We have been thinking of a few straplines: Escape to Euphoria, Unite to Euphoria, and Live Euphoria. Again, this helps us get a better picture of the character and personality of the music festival. Next we have Audience, which touches on profession, personality, and what they care about. For Audience, it reads, dance music has had a huge appeal over the past 30 years, being part of the pop scene to the more indie scene. With its continued success, especially with new generations, we are looking to target a broad audience. Initially, we will be targeting young professionals with the time and expendable cash to travel to the Euphoria Festival destinations for a full week of live music. The festival will be open to all genders. The target age range will be between 18 and 30 plus, and for people with expendable time and income. For profession, the festival will look to primarily target young professionals with the expendable time and cash to spend at the festival. For personality, we have spontaneous, spiritual, and those who seek adventure and euphoric experiences. And for what they care about, we have dance music, taking time out to escape, spending time with friends, attracted to crowds, and experiencing live music together. Now, when undertaking design, understanding the audience is one of the most important criteria. This part of the brief serves to fully understand the audience, the personalities, and the characteristics of those we will be designing for. This will give us a better insight into what appeals to the audience, which can help influence a more targeted creative solution later on. As designers, if we don't do a good job appealing and attracting the right audience, the design will not be successful. So next we have competitors, which reads, there are many festivals currently dedicated to dance music exclusively. Top festivals include Creamfields Festival, Tomorrowland, EDC Portugal, Barcelona Beach Festival, Amsterdam Music Festival, and Balaton Sound. We are aiming to take a market share of the current dance festival scene and bring a new experience to dance festivals. Again, this is really important because this helps inform us of other products or businesses on the market, so we can be sure of what to avoid, what to research, and what to take into consideration and learn from later in the process. And lastly, we have strategic considerations, which reads, our new Euphoria Festival will be up against some of the most popular dance festivals, so we will need to stand out and clearly communicate our values. We take pride in giving a platform to new and rising artists. This is something we will be looking to hero as part of the attraction. Euphoria Festival will play simultaneously at 4 cities around the world and broadcast on mainstream TV channels for the world to witness. So this will help us understand any specific ways the product wishes to market or proposition itself later down the road, or any commercial or disruptive goals they wish to achieve with the music festival. So with all these criteria clearly outlined, this gives us a huge context into the product. This is an example of a thorough brief, and because this is so thorough, from a design perspective, this is going to give us lots of interesting things to work with, focus on, and potentially trigger some ideas for a visual solution later on. So next we have the second section of the brief, Design Overview, which should clarify some of the design specifics and requirements for the project. So starting with objectives, it reads, Euphoria Festival is a brand new festival. We will be looking to create a fresh new logo identity with a full brand look and feel, which we can apply across a wide range of collateral from print to digital. We want to create a trend-setting brand that youngsters will be happy to be seen visiting, tuning into, and even wearing on social media. Initially, we'll be looking to create design to promote the event across print and digital. Then once design has been established for promotion, we will then look to create design for the event itself across both print and digital. So the requirement for this project is broad. The first requirement is the logo identity, then the brand will need to be established, and once that is done, design will be required across all touchpoints for promotion and the event itself. Next we have impact, which reads, we are looking for a wow factor to get people excited. We want the brand to feel fresh, contemporary, that a young and mature audience can feel attracted to. So here we get further understanding of the nature and personality of the music festival and how it wants to be perceived. Next we have likes, which starts with colors. We would like to explore a wide range of euphoric emotion and sensations, so we are open to a wider spectrum. Look and feel. We have 90s graphic style, colorful and energetic, bold, graphic and impactful, and euphoric. Styles and layout. We have contemporary and unorthodox, kinetic and dynamic, modern style, and texture and collage. For photography, it reads, we are keen to see imagery of people coming together enjoying live music. We are interested to see how euphoria and euphoric experience can be captured. For brands, it reads, we want to develop a brand that stands out from other dance music festivals. So in this instance, there are no particular brands mentioned they like. However, they do provide links to each competitor website in the additional notes section to view. So here we get some important information about what the client likes. This can help influence the design process and also help highlight certain visual elements or styles they like or want to avoid. At this early stage, it can help us focus in a more clear direction and give us things to keep in mind. Next, we have existing branding or marketing collateral, where in this instance we don't have anything because this is a new project from scratch. Now, if this was a brief where we were working with already established design, this is where we would require the details. So next we have design considerations, which reads, primarily we are looking for something that will stand out from the competition. Design will need to be adaptable for both print and digital, with scope for motion elements. We are interested to see how design can be considered or adapted for each city. Perhaps there could be a different theme or flavor for each city. We like the idea of a brand that works well on clothing, as we will be looking to create a range of wearable merchandise as part of the marketing and promotional campaign to encourage influencers to share and showcase. So here we can get into the details and understand any finer points about the product or business that should be taken into consideration that could possibly influence the design. Next we have how will success be measured, which reads, success will be measured on how well the brand captures the vision of the festival, how well it appeals and attracts the target audience, and how well it translates over both print and digital across each touchpoint. We will be looking to see how well the brand is received by the press, the music industry, and the initial inclination for dance music influencers to share and promote on social media. Here we can understand any focus points, priorities, or areas the project will need to be particularly strong in, which a designer can keep in mind. Next we have timeline, which states the timeline and expectations of the project. And for this project we have a relatively large budget, as there is not only a logo design but a complete brand and suite of deliverables. This is a typical budget that will be given to a design agency. And finally we have the deliverables list, which goes into detail about all the touch points design will be required for. So this is the design brief we will be working to on this course. This is a relatively large design project a typical design agency would be tasked with. On a brief like this, there would be an opportunity to design a full project from start to finish, producing a broad range of creative across both print and digital. On this course, however, we will be focusing on the first requirement and producing just the logo design. So with the brief covered, it is now time to kick off the design process. If you want to follow along with me and have a go at your own design, be sure to get the design brief. Link is in the description. Once you have the design brief, let's begin. In the next video, we will be looking at the design process we will be undertaking on this design course. So see you in the next video.